probably your last game against Notre Dame. So, what's your takeaway from this season, and how much more does this take on based on the way this season goes?
Yeah, I mean, obviously every game is important, especially a game like this against a historical opponent, a great rivalry, a great game in terms of the sport and everything. So, yeah, obviously that means a lot.
Jonah, you're one of the few people that were in the game last year, and you guys didn't end the way you wanted to end. Part of it was the offensive line play. Do you guys take that personally? You guys bring a little extra something into this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's always just, obviously we didn't meet the standard, last year at this game, and obviously that's something that we've got to do every game regardless of the opponent, and something that, we're always preparing to do and hoping to do, throughout the week of preparation and ultimately on Saturday.
Where do you think the line is playing the most?
Yeah, it's tough to say just one thing. I think the guys have done a really good job of just learning and building both individually and as a unit. And it's always tough, when you are a unit, but it happens together, and it happens kind of all five as one, whether that's run game, pass game, communication, whatever it is. But the guys done a great job staying the course and improving and putting their all into the process.
Has it sunk in much of this? Is your going to be less than close?
I don't think it's sunk in much yet. No, I don't think so.
I might probably see it.
When you saw Elijah Emmanuel, he got that invite to the Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, obviously, it's been awesome to just see, him grow just as my teammate and as a friend, since he's gotten there, and he's done a great job on and off the field, and obviously super excited for him.
What are some of the areas where he has grown since he first got that super talented?
Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of getting to play under Coach Henson, it was the same process for me. You just learn a lot about different ways to do things and kind of new techniques and new ways to think of things. So I think, he experienced the same growth that we kind of all do when we first started playing for Coach Henson. And I mean, he's obviously super talented, got a great frame, great abilities. So that's been awesome.
What did you see from the freshman? What did you see from the
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job of just staying the course. A lot of those guys too, it's like they're growing at every single thing so fast, like weight room, meeting room, scheme, technique. So that's kind of its own animal when you're that young. But those guys have done a really good job of just, staying course, taking the most of their reps when they get them. And obviously, really excited for them moving forward with, bowl prep, spring, and whatever happens there.
Jonah, where did you see maybe the confidence turn a little bit for the younger guys on this line?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I'd have to go back and actually think. I don't know off the top of my head, but I definitely think there's, whenever it was, there was a bit of a switch, bit of a more of a self-belief, more of a confidence, more of a trust, both within themselves and within this unit. And something that we've obviously got to keep working on and keep building for this one.
I know Elijah has talked about, even just through the middle of this season, is how much of a help you were, just him being able to lean on you. What did you tell him kind of as things were maybe at their toughest through the middle of the season?
Yeah, I mean, as many young linemen have, I've been in his shoes at one point. So knowing that you just got to stay the course, you just got to learn from things, you've got to keep going. There's no point in your career where you don't have to get better at things. Like, you always have to get better at things. You have to constantly be learning and growing and just diving into the process. It never gets easier. That's one of the great things about football, is winning has a price. You got to pay it every time. So just, pretty much that. And obviously he's done a good job of trusting it and continuing to work.
You've had a few offensive line coaches over the course of your time here. How much does the continuity in that position just help things, help development especially?
Yeah, I think O-line development's a super unique thing, and continuity certainly helps there, just kind of regardless of what it is, techniques and understanding of how we're doing things within the offense. It's definitely a help.
On that note, how does Coach Henson kind of separate himself from other offensive line coaches? What does he do different? What makes him special?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I've had the chance to have a couple coaches throughout my time in college, and a lot of them, have different things of knowledge. Like, they have all got their own kind of unique source of knowledge, wherever it comes from, whatever their understanding is. But I think he does a really good job of being very detailed with us about, everything that's going on, and showing us examples of how things work and how things are supposed to be, for your body and for blocking D linemen, and whatever you're asked of, he does a really good job of explaining those things and just being very detailed.